All right, family. You live with the general. You already know what time it is, man. We got that fire for you today. You see, we still tapping into the ancient Egyptian mysticism. How many of the great artists and actors and actresses, politicians, and we talking about elite people's society tapping into that ancient Egyptian mysticism, taking it to a level never seen before. And so we was going, today we're gonna be focusing in on the brother Maurice White. You feel me? Who was the founder of Earth, Wind, and Fire. We in Earth, Wind, and Fire, and who, I looked at all, I knew from early on, I say, man, Earth, Wind, and Fire, man, every album cover is ancient Egyptian. Every one of them. Every single that was dropped was ancient Egyptian. And I'm thinking to myself, what was he tapping into? How was he and I got some information that I want to share with y'all, man, which is it's off the meters. You feel what I'm saying? This is some off the meter. I had to look, and it was crazy. This information only been produced in the last 6 days because I was going across the internet, and and that's crazy. How, again, when somebody tapping in like that, and that it's the ancient Egyptian mysticism, but you can't find no information for real that's really talking about it. You hear people little tidbits, and maybe I ain't been looking hard enough. You feel me? Maybe I ain't been, but I did find something that's gonna blow your mind. You feel what I'm saying? Before we get started, family, I want you to get over there to Patreon, man. We highlighting today African avatars, Jedi Knights, and Dragon Warriors. We're going to talk about the metaphysical understanding of all of that. We talking about the melanin masters. That's right, the melanin masters who had advanced a cosmic connection to godlike status. You see, and so all of this is speaking to the melanin masters and mistresses of the planet Earth, and that's dealing with African people. So I want you to end. Oh man, you got to buckle in for this one. Don't come on unless you buckle in. We're talking about who was Hanuman, evidence of human monkey hybrids in prehistoric India. You got to buckle in for. I want you to buckle in, man. The general go places nobody else go. And to all the family that when you get, I know I got so many videos. People say, "Well, Seti, which link is that?" All you had to do is type the title in, and it automatically comes up. Family, it's not a problem. I got a couple of links in the chat, but this most definitely buckle in. But let's get back to the brother Maurice White, because I was looking at some of his videos, his music videos. In that one video, what was it, Boogie Wonderland, and they in there with all Egyptian. It looked like that's where Michael Jackson got his design for some of what he was wearing in Remember the Time. You know what I'm saying? That, and I seen it. I say, oh, I wanted to take some pictures, and I didn't get a chance to tap in and get the picture. But we gonna play this video, man, that I got that explains some of what Maurice White was doing. Listen to this, man. It's gonna blow your mind. Here we go.
Created disco's
Okay, let me start all the way from the beginning, y'all. Here we go.
Did you know Maurice White from Earth, Wind, and Fire built an actual pyramid in his backyard studio? He was obsessed with ancient Egyptian mysticism and believed it channeled cosmic energy during recording sessions. White made band members meditate before every performance and designed their horn arrangements using math.
You hear this, man? Did y'all hear that? This man had built a pier. He had built a pyramid in the back of the studio. And they out there saying that they have to meditate, before they even start their sessions. Before they now I know a lot of the family, I knew family that had them type of pyramid where they be out and he was making pyramids. Yeah, he was making them where you could buy one from him and you can go in the pyramid and meditate. And yeah, I say, oh, okay. I say, but I ain't never, that ain't, I ain't never got no pyramid. No, I ain't never did the pyramid thing. I ain't knocking you though. I ain't knocking you neither. You do what if the ancestors tell you, that you need a pyramid, you wait a minute. If the ancestors is telling you you need you a pyramid in your backyard, then goddamn it, get you one. And you meditate and you do all you get your crystals and you understand. If you're in the backyard, you have your crystals, but have your pistols. You understand? In case somebody want to jump over the backyard and steal your pyramid, with you in it. You got to have the crystals, but you got to have the pistols. You feel what I'm saying? Here we go. Let's get back to the video, family.
Mathematical sequences from Egyptian pyramids. His elaborate
So he
mathematical
used.
sequences
Wait a minute.
from
Listen
Egyptian
to this now.
made band members meditate before every performance and design their horn arrangements using mathematical sequences from Egyptian pyramids.
You hear that? So he was actually arranging the horns based off of calculations he getting from the pyramids, because they had their own sound. So they saying that they come up with the sound, based on his calculations, because he was into astrology. He was into the numbers and things of that nature. And so, yeah, this is where the whole earth, wind, and fire sound come from. Wait a minute, man. I'm not. We got to tap back in. Let's try it again. Let's tap. Here we go.
Maurice White from Earth, Wind, and Fire built an actual pyramid in his backyard studio. He was obsessed with ancient Egyptian mysticism and believed it channeled cosmic energy during recording sessions. White made band members meditate before every performance and design their horn arrangements using mathematical sequences from Egyptian pyramids. His elaborate stage shows were based on specific spiritual rituals he studied. What's crazy is that White's metaphysical beliefs accidentally created disco's most sophisticated sound, making Earth, Wind, and Fire legendary.
So now that's I knew it was something about that, brother, man, and I'm quite sure this is not even the half. This is not even the half, because I mean, for somebody to be tapped in like that, you would think they would have some type of videos where this man is explaining his beliefs. But again, I'm showing and proving, because Maurice was from Memphis. Yeah, people talk about this, is it foundational Black American? Yeah, nigga, but they tapping into their African consciousness. Listen, once you do the documentary on the man was in all type of bands before that and all, and then he played that. That was his main instrument. Was that hand? I think they call it a kalimba or something like that. Kalimba, where you play it with your finger. I got one. Where is my kalimba? Yeah, I got one. I had a nice one too. It just came to my mind. I had a nice one too. I got to think where I put it at. But anyway, that was his main instrument. Was that African piano? It's like a small little handheld piano, and you know what I'm saying. And so, but he had other band and they had other names, but when they became Earth, Wind, and Fire, and that right there showing you he tapping into the elements. You see, he tapping into the elements right there. And so that he on that avatar. You feel me? He on the elements of creation right there. So I got to find some more documentaries tapping in. But for people to sit here, this is Pan-Africanism. You see, it ain't just going somewhere, it's tapping into the science. You ain't got to go nowhere. Tapping into the science and saying, this is my ancestor science, and I'm going to use it right here where I'm at in the field in which I love, and I'm going to evolve, and you can show how it elevates. You understand what I'm saying? The level of consciousness and awareness and ability. You feel what I'm saying? And ability. And this is not something that, you got, elite all over the world tapping into ancient Egypt for a reason. You see, it's not a coincidence that this civilization was admired since, ancient times, even up to today, the most admired civilization in existence. So, but for people to think that, Pan-Africanism, we can show where FBAs, and that's a fairly new information, and Black American, however you choose to use it, you know what I'm saying, been tapping in and using the African science and evolving and elevating. And we're talking about the elites. We're talking about the greats of the artistry. We talking about I'm not going to the flip-flop niggas. I'm going to the elites of the field and of all sciences and music and and you could see that they had tapped in to the comedic sciences. That's just what it is. And no matter what a nigga say, it speaks for itself. So when I get a hold of some more information on this brother, because for somebody that had tapped in like that, it should be a whole lot more documentaries on what his actual philosophy was. But get over there, click the link at the top of the chat. We got it. And this is most definitely you're going to tap into some of this information when we're dealing with the avatar, who was the master of the four elements: the water, the fire, the wind, and the earth. You see the the Jed pillar of Osiris. You're dealing with the chakra system. You're dealing with the serpentine chakra system. You see what I'm saying? And the serpent is also a symbol for a cosmic and electromagnetic frequency. You see, which we are made of. It's and so this was a symbol that is even used today, even when you dealing with science. You see the serpentine symbols of energy and frequency. You see this serpent right there on the pharaoh's his crown. You see the serpent coming down, its energy, and you see that portal right there as it turn and make a circle. And that portal is right there, the pineal gland, which is the seat and the throne of God Almighty. So y'all better wake up, family. Get on over there. And for those that really want to tap in, Hanuman, and that's the monkey god of India. Evidence of human monkey hybrids in prehistoric India. Y'all better pay attention. Pay attention, okay? Stories don't come up for no reason, but get black with me, and we'll be back in a minute. Don't go nowhere. See you very soon. Black Power, family.